universe. Our universe is a large and unimaginable expanse of atomic dust, gas, stars, dust clouds, galaxies, planets, and all living creatures, including us. Stars and galaxies are just a tiny part of the total mass of the universe. Although nobody knows for sure how the universe began, evidence suggests that it started with an explosion of energy known as Big Bang. Galaxy. Galaxies are huge star systems made up of stars and large amounts of gas and dust held together by gravitational attraction. Our solar system, comprising the 8 planets, including planet Earth, their moons, asteroids, comets, and meteoroids orbiting the Sun, is a part of the Milky Way galaxy. There are millions of such planetary systems in our Milky Way. There are millions of such galaxies in the universe. Do you know? Scientists keep observing, researching, and guessing based on the clues left behind from the birth of our universe. Stars. The skies overhead are filled with stars, some near and bright, others further away and dim. Stars are gigantic, glowing balls of gases, mostly hydrogen and helium. They have a lot of energy that heats them up, and this is what we see as light from the stars. Since they are very, very far from us, light from them takes a long time to travel, ranging from a few years to a million years. The color of a star's light indicates how hot it is, with blue being the hottest.
The Solar System. We know that the Solar System consists of 8 planets. Their moons and other heavenly bodies such as asteroids, comets, meteors, planetoids, etc. The Sun, with all the heavenly bodies that revolve around it, form the Solar System.
Nearest to the Sun are 4 fairly small rocky planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Beyond Mars is the asteroid belt, with millions of rocky objects. On the far side of the asteroid belt are the 4 gas giants: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Even though these planets are much bigger than our Earth, they are extremely light in weight for their size. Until recently, the furthest known planet was an icy world called Pluto. Many scientists have argued that it is too small to be called a true planet. It is now called a dwarf planet. The Sun. The Sun is a huge ball of gas and fire which gives us heat and light. As it is a part of our solar system, it is also the nearest star. The gravitational force of the Sun holds all the objects of the solar system together and makes them orbit around itself. It is the center of our solar system. planets. Each planet in our solar system has its own features, which includes the distance from the Sun, the number of moons, etc. Even the year and the day are different. Here are some features of each planet in our solar system.
Mercury is the closest to the Sun. It is also the smallest planet of the solar system. Venus is the hottest planet, as its atmosphere retains all the heat of the Sun. Next is the planet Earth, which has water and an atmosphere which supports life. Mars, the red planet, lies fourth from the Sun. It gets its red color from the mineral iron that is present in abundance on its surface. Next four planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, comprise more of gaseous matter than solid rocks and are thus called the gas giants. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. Saturn is the second largest planet after Jupiter and has rings around it that are composed of ice, rocks and dust. Some of the rings can be seen from the Earth through a telescope. Uranus and Neptune are much smaller than the other two gas giants. Uranus is the third largest planet, approximately 4 times the size of the Earth. Neptune is the farthest from the Sun.
Planets and their moons. Let us look at the number of moons each planet has. Mercury and Venus have no moons. Earth has 1 and Mars has 2. Among the outer planets, Jupiter has
79,
Saturn has 53, Uranus has 27, and Neptune has 13. A year and a day. Planets closer to the Sun have shorter years as their orbit is shorter. Planets away from the Sun take longer to orbit, so they have longer years. Based on Earth's day and year, a day and year of other planets are estimated as shown here. Asteroids.
Asteroids are smaller rocky bodies that are present in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. They are sometimes also called minor planets, as they are smaller than the planets.
Due to their size, they do not have enough gravity to pull themselves together to form a planet. Scientists believe that these are either remains of a planet between Mars and Jupiter, which for some reason exploded, or these are materials left over when the planets were formed around 4.5 billion years ago.
Comets. The small bodies made of frozen gases, rock and dust are called comets. When a comet passes close to the Sun, the intense heat of the Sun heats up the comet and gases are released. These gases form a tail that points in the direction away from the Sun. The Halley's Comet is visible from the Earth every 75 to 76 years. It was last observed in 1986.
Meteoroid, meteor and meteorite. Meteoroid is a small chunk of rock or iron that travels through space. When a meteoroid heats up in Earth's atmosphere, it makes a bright trail. Then it is called a meteor. It is also known as a shooting star. Sometimes a meteor does not burn up completely and lands on surface of the Earth. It is called as a meteorite. Space. Space is what separates one thing from another. When objects are close together, there is little space between them. When objects are far apart, there is more space between them. There is unimaginable space in the universe. There is space between stars. There is space between galaxies. There is space between planets. The space between planets is called interplanetary space. Facts about the Earth and the Moon. Our planet Earth. It is the third planet from the Sun and the fifth largest in our solar system. It takes 365 days to revolve around the Sun. It has an atmosphere which supports life. It has liquid water on its surface. Gravity on Earth is 6 times stronger than Moon. It is nearly 4 times bigger than the Moon. Our satellite Moon. It is the only natural satellite orbiting the Earth. It takes 28 days to revolve around the Earth. There is no atmosphere on the Moon. It has no water on its surface. There is only ice under its surface. It has a very weak gravitational pull. It is about a quarter of the Earth's size.
Movement of the Earth. The Earth shows 2 types of movements: rotation and revolution. Both rotation and revolution play a very important part in our lives. Rotation. When an object spins around itself on an imaginary line passing through its center, it is said to be rotating around its axis. The Earth is spherical like a ball and spins around an imaginary tilted axis, and this spinning movement is called rotation of the Earth. The Earth completes one rotation in 24 hours. Different regions on the planet get varied amounts of heat and light from the Sun. Effects of the Earth's rotation. The part of the Earth which faces the Sun receives sunlight and experiences daytime. The other side of the Earth that does not face the Sun experiences darkness, and so it is night there. Thus, day and night on the Earth occur because of its rotation. As the direction of the rotation is from west to the east, it appears that the sun rises in the east. It is only because of rotation that almost all parts of the earth receive sunlight once every 24 hours.
Equator. The equator is an imaginary line that divides the earth horizontally in two equal parts. It is halfway between the North Pole and the South Pole. The two equal parts are called the hemispheres. Hemi means half, sphere means round. The upper half is referred to as the North Hemisphere, and the lower half is referred to as the South Hemisphere.
Revolution. As the earth rotates on its axis, it moves around the sun in a particular path or orbit. This movement of the earth is called revolution. The earth completes one revolution around the sun in 365 and a quarter days. This period is called a year.
Seasons. The earth has seasons because its axis is inclined. As the earth orbits round the sun, its tilted axis always points in the same direction. So, throughout the year, some parts of the earth always get direct sun rays. The North Pole tilts towards the sun around June. After 6 months, when the earth is on the other side of the orbit, it is the South Pole that tilts towards the sun around December. Thus, the different seasons on the earth are caused due to the axial tilt and positional change of the earth at different points on its orbit of revolution around the sun. Diagrammatic representation showing occurrence of seasons. December. Direct rays of the sun fall on the southern hemisphere, while on the northern hemisphere they are more slanted and mild. The southern hemisphere thus experiences summer while it is winter in the northern hemisphere. March. Both the northern as well as southern hemispheres receive equal amounts of the sun's light and warmth around this time. Thus, the northern hemisphere experiences the spring season while the southern hemisphere experiences autumn. June. The direct rays of the sun fall on the northern hemisphere, whereas they are slanting and mild on the southern hemisphere. This causes summer in the northern and winter in the southern hemisphere. September. The sun shines equally on the northern and southern hemispheres, thereby causing autumn in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere.
Man and the space. Since ancient times, we have been studying the stars and tracking the movements of heavenly bodies across the night sky. The first telescopes were developed in the early 17th century, and scientists were able to observe much more than what they could see when they only used their naked eyes. Through the ages, we have had many theories about the space and the universe. From the time when we believed that the Earth is the center of the entire universe until now, when science has helped us reach and study objects in distant space, the relationship between man and space has come a long way. In 1543, Nicolaus Copernicus published his theory that the sun was at the center and the planets revolved around it in perfect circles. People refused to accept this theory even after Galileo confirmed it in 1609. Galileo Galilei, an Italian physicist, mathematician, engineer, astronomer, played a major role in the world of science. His achievements include improvements in the telescope and the consequent astronomical observations. He also said that Earth rotates on its own axis once every 24 hours. Sir Isaac Newton built the first reflecting telescope, a technology which is still used these days. He also developed the theory of gravity that extended far beyond Earth to space. Albert Einstein showed the relationship between space and time, and matter and energy. Edwin Hubble concluded that there were other galaxies outside our own Milky Way, and that the universe is expanding. The Hubble Space Telescope, launched in 1990, has helped us study distant objects in space far beyond our Milky Way galaxy. This telescope was named after him. Sir Stephen Hawking, born in 1942, further continued Einstein's theory of time. He is known for his theory on the black holes and origin of the universe. A Soviet cosmonaut, Yuri Gagarin, was the first man to go into space. He orbited the Earth on 12th April 1961. A few weeks later, Alan Shepard, in a 15-minute suborbital flight, became the second person and first American to travel into space. 8 years later, thanks to technological progress, man was able to walk on the moon. On 20th July 1969, US astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first man to step on the moon. He was accompanied by astronauts Edwin E. Aldrin Jr. and Michael Collins. Nowadays, manned spacecrafts stay in space for long periods and conduct useful experiments and carry out repair works of satellites. Russian cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman to visit space in the year 1963. Alexei Leonov, also a Russian cosmonaut, was the first person to walk in space in March 1965. Space and India. Rakesh Sharma was the first Indian to travel in space. On 2nd April 1984, he went into space with 2 Soviet cosmonauts in a spacecraft called Soyuz T-11. Dr. Kalpana Chawla was the first Indian woman to go into space. She was born in 1961 in Karnal, Haryana. Her first space mission was a 16-day mission which began on 19th November 1997. She was part of a 6-member crew of Columbia STS-87. In January 2003, she went into space for the second time, but this was to be her last flight. On 1st February 2003 at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time, the space shuttle Columbia STS-107 exploded on re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. All 7 astronauts on board died in the explosion. Sunita Williams went aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery on 10th December 2006. She returned to Earth in June 2007 after spending 195 days in space.
Wasn't it interesting to know all about the universe?